You did your homework. You looked up the invoice price. You read the forums. You walked into that dealership ready. And when you drove home in that new car, you genuinely believed you had won. Here's what I need to tell you. You didn't win. You were managed. And the most unsettling part? The dealership didn't even break a sweat. Today, I'm going to show you the exact system they used on you, all 14 layers of it. Where the money actually moves. What the finance office is really doing. And the one strategy that flips the entire machine against itself. But first, a question. If I told you two people bought the exact same car, same dealership, same week, and one paid $2,400 more than the other, you'd probably assume one of them negotiated better, right? Wrong. The one who paid more thought he had the ultimate leverage. He paid cash. Keep that in your head. We'll come back to it. Let me introduce you to Marcus. Marcus is not an impulse buyer. He spent 3 weeks researching before he set foot in a dealership. He pulled the manufacturer's invoice from Edmunds. He knew the sticker price on the car he wanted was $33,400. He knew the invoice, what the dealer actually paid the manufacturer, was $30,800. So Marcus had a number, and he walked in with it. An hour of back and forth. The salesman left twice to check with his manager. Classic theater, but Marcus held firm. And, in the end, he got the car for $30,850. $50 above invoice. The salesman shook his hand and said, and I want you to hear this clearly. Honestly, we're basically breaking even on this one. I'm doing this because I want you to come back. Marcus drove home feeling like the 1% of car buyers. And on the surface layer, the only one he could see, he was right. The average buyer walks out paying $3,000 to $3,500 above invoice on a new car. That's publicly available in the financial filings of AutoNation, Lithia Motors, Penske, every major publicly traded dealer group. Marcus paid $50 above that baseline. He crushed it. Except, that $50 is literally the only layer of this transaction that Marcus could see. There are 13 more, and he handed every single one of them over without a fight. The 13 hidden layers. Layer 1, dealer holdback. After the sale is done and Marcus is driven away, the manufacturer sends the dealership a check. Quietly. No fanfare. It's called the holdback, typically 2% to 3% of the sticker price. On a $33,400 car, that's $668 to $1,002 deposited into the dealership's account, with Marcus having zero awareness it exists. The invoice price Marcus used to negotiate? It doesn't reflect this money. It's already built in underneath it. Layer 2, dealer cash incentives. If the manufacturer is sitting on too much inventory of a specific model, they secretly pay dealers to push that car over others. Did Marcus happen to want the exact model the manufacturer needed to move? Maybe, he'd never know. Neither would you. Layer 3, volume bonuses, stair-step programs. This one is critical to understand. Dealerships don't make money one car at a time. They make money in tiers. Sell 80 cars this month. You're one bonus level. Sell 100, and every single car sold retroactively earns a higher payout. This is why dealerships get generous at the end of the month. It's not kindness. They're chasing a threshold that could be worth $40,000 to $80,000 across their entire inventory. Marcus bought his car on the 28th of the month. The dealership needed 2 more sales to hit their tier. He had more leverage than he knew. He used none of it. Layer 4, regional dealer rebates. If a region is struggling, too much competition, a slow economy, a bad season, the manufacturer can quietly fund extra rebates specifically for dealers in that area. These don't show up anywhere the public can see. No website, no consumer report, no tool. It's a private arrangement between the brand and its franchise. Layer 5, floor plan assistance. When a car arrives at the lot, the dealer borrows money to pay for it. That loan carries interest. The manufacturer often subsidizes that interest. It's another hidden reduction in the dealer's real cost. Cost that Marcus had no way to calculate, because no one outside the industry can. Layer 6, back-end program bonuses. Customer satisfaction scores. Brand compliance ratings. Service department performance. These generate additional payments from manufacturer to dealer. not on any individual sale. Just ongoing money flowing through a channel Marcus never knew existed. So where does that leave us? Marcus negotiated the visible layer to almost nothing. The invisible layer still handed the dealership somewhere between $1,500 and $2,500 before he even reached the parking lot. But here's the thing. All of that, every single front-end layer we just covered, is not where the real money is made. The real money is made in a room Marcus walked into thinking the hard part was over. After Marcus shook the salesman's hand, he was walked down a hallway into a smaller office. Nice desk, framed certifications on the wall. A man in a button-down shirt who introduced himself as the finance manager. Here's what Marcus didn't know about that man. He is the highest-earning salesperson in the building. Not the loudest guy on the floor. Not the one who spent an hour with Marcus. The one in that quiet office at the end of the hall. And from those same public financial filings I mentioned earlier, here's what his office generates on average: $2,000 to $2,800 per vehicle. On top of everything the front end already made. Let me show you where that money comes from. The loan reserve, $600 to $800. If you're financing, the lender tells the dealership you qualify at, say 5.2%. The dealer charges you 6.5%. That gap, the spread, is called the loan reserve. It's pure profit, split between the dealership and sometimes the finance manager personally. You signed the contract, you agreed to 6.5%. You just didn't know 5.2% was available. Extended warranty, $700 to $1,000. They hand you a glossy brochure. Long list of what's covered. The finance manager walks you through it calmly, professionally. What he won't walk you through: the exclusions, the deductibles, the profit margin. That warranty you just agreed to add? The dealer paid a fraction of what you paid for it. The rest is margin. Negotiable margin, by the way, but only if you know that. Gap insurance, $250 to $400. Here's the honest truth about Gap. It's a real product that solves a real problem. If your car gets totaled and your loan balance is higher than the car's current value, you'd owe that difference out of pocket. Gap covers it, but the dealer's markup on it? $250 to $400. You can buy the same coverage from your own insurance company for a fraction of that. The finance manager will not tell you that. Protection. Add-ons, $0 to $300 each. Wheel protection, paint sealant, fabric coating, flue, R, mats. Each one is a small number. Each one adds up. And each one has a profit margin that would make a restaurant owner blush. Documentation fees, $400 to $650. The dealer typed your name into a system, printed some forms, and handed them to you to sign. They will charge you $400 to $650 for that. It's called a documentation fee. In most states, it's legal. In all states, it's pure profit. Registration and filing markups, $40 to $90. The actual government fee to register your vehicle is fixed. The dealer marks it up and pockets the difference. Total from the finance office, $2,700 to $2,900 per car. Marcus negotiated to $50 above invoice. He gave back over $2,000 in the room he walked into thinking the negotiation was already done. Now, let's talk about Marcus's neighbor, Kevin. Kevin saw the car in the driveway, loved it, went to the same dealership the following Saturday for the exact same model. And Kevin had what he believed was the ultimate weapon: cash. He walked in, let them know up front. He wasn't financing, he had the money ready, he wanted their best price. No games. Kevin paid $2,400 more than Marcus. Same car, same dealership, same month. Here's why. When Kevin announced he was paying cash, the finance manager's entire revenue stream evaporated. No loan reserve, no rate markup, no warranty financing, no gap, no add-ons tied to monthly payments. The most profitable room in the dealership was locked out. So, the dealership did the only rational thing. They made it up on the front end. They held firm on price. Kevin, thinking cash gave him power, actually had less negotiating leverage than Marcus did, because Marcus represented $2,800 in back-end profit the dealership hadn't made yet. We've been told our whole lives that cash is king. And in almost every other transaction, it is. A contractor, a small business, a freelancer, they love cash. No processing fees, no risk, immediate payment. A car dealership is not a contractor. At a car dealership, financing is the product. The loan is the profit center. Taking that away doesn't simplify the deal. It removes their most valuable revenue stream. And here's the kicker: the one fee the finance office almost never charges. A loan origination fee, because they don't want a barrier between you and the loan. The loan is where the money is. So what do you actually do with all of this? Here's the 6-step framework that flips the machine. Step 1, walk in as a financing buyer. Always, do not mention cash. Do not mention your credit union. Do not mention that you're still deciding. You are a financing buyer. This classification keeps you in the highest profit potential category in their system, which means maximum flexibility on price. Step 2. At the clipboard stage, ask one specific question. When they hand you the intake form, ask, "What's your loan origination fee?" They'll assume you're comparing their rate against your bank. What you're actually doing is confirming there's no upfront fee that would cost you money when you pay the loan off early. If there's no origination fee and no prepayment penalty, and most dealerships don't charge either, you're clear to proceed. Step 3, negotiate the purchase price as hard as you can. The dealership will be more flexible with you as a finance buyer than they would be with a cash buyer, because they're expecting to recover margin in the finance office. Use that expectation. It's real leverage. Push the front-end price as low as it goes. Step 4, negotiate the F&I products. You now know the margins. Extended warranty, $700 to $1,000 in profit. Negotiable, GAP, $250 to $400. Negotiable and also available cheaper through your insurer. Every add-on has a number underneath it. You don't have to take it at face value, and you don't have to take everything they offer. Step 5, read the loan contract line by line. Every charge should appear under finance charges or loan fees. If it's not listed, it shouldn't be there. Confirm the interest rate matches what they quoted. And confirm in writing there is no prepayment penalty. Step 6, pay off the loan. Sign the loan. Drive home. Pay it off within the next week. You financed the car, technically. You got the financing buyer price. You avoided the cash buyer penalty. And you paid almost zero interest because you cleared the balance before meaningful interest could accrue. The entire strategy runs on 2 conditions: no origination fee and no prepayment penalty. Confirm both before you sign. If either exists, calculate whether the purchase price savings still outweigh the cost. In most cases they do, but run the numbers. The sales floor is theater. The back and forth, the manager visits, the sighing, the "I'm going to bat for you here," all of it is theater. Designed to exhaust you. Designed to make $50 above invoice feel like a victory. Because once you feel like you've won, you walk into that back office with your guard completely down. Marcus was sharp. He did his homework, he walked out paying $50 above invoice and thought he'd beaten the system. He hadn't. The system had run on him exactly as designed. The dealership made over $3,000 on a deal where the salesman said they were breaking even. Kevin thought cash was power. It cost him $2,400 more for the same car his neighbor was driving. Now you know every layer, every number, every test the dealership runs on you before you even reach the salesman. The machine doesn't stop running just because you walked in prepared. But now you know how to run it in reverse. If this changed how you see a transaction you thought you understood, subscribe to Wealth Logic. Every week, we break down the hidden math behind the financial decisions you make every day. Most people never see it. Now you do,